What's up, y'all? I know it's been a minute. Um, just to be completely honest, I'm just gonna be venting on this video. I don't know if it's gonna help somebody or not, but my hopes is that it helps somebody with my authenticity and my vulnerability, okay? Baby, because all I can really do is be authentic. Like, this just me, period, point blank. But y'all, y'all, it is a lot going on internally, externally, to the point where I don't even know how people can still like be calm on videos. Like, it's probably gonna be a time that people are still gonna be making videos, and it's like gonna be people in the background screaming, and guns are gonna be going off, and bombs are gonna be dropping, and people gonna be beating on the door asking for a can of food. Like, I mean, the world is just getting chaotic as hell. People, I hope we probably is gonna be in that time where people still gonna be making a video. Somebody in the background is gonna be stabbed. Somebody in the background, somebody in the background is gonna be getting stabbed over a pack of meat. Um, we're gonna be hearing gunshots. We're gonna be hearing ambulance, police. We're gonna be hearing, man, this word. It's not even funny though. Like, when I laugh, just so you know, when I laugh, it's kind of like the crazy laugh. But it's just like this world is getting so chaotic, and people are trying to make a living in between, that it just seems like that, and I don't really want to speak it, but it just seems like stuff is going to be happening in the background that's chaotic, and people are going to be numb to it because it's already stuff going on that people are like not really being numb to, but they're seeing. And like, we've been living in chaos since COVID, really. The world has been living in chaos since COVID. And yes, we are in our last days, but y'all know, like, stuff's gonna get worse and worse during the last days and stuff like that. So like I said, I want to be completely candid on this video, completely open, completely vulnerable. That I don't know if I'm going to come in. Mentally, spiritually, for the last 2 years of following God's will, I have not been knowing whether I am going or coming. And if you've seen some of my other videos, like, I've been in tears. My heart, my mind, my soul, my spirit has been in shambles because I left to do the Lord's will. Just like it says in the word, I tried to lose my life so I can gain it. And God said whoever tries to gain their life is going to lose it. So I went out on a limb, willing to lose my life so I could gain it. So I'm going out to a different state, you know. And I've been to 2 different states from my hometown. And I'm following the Lord's will. I'm following his guidance. Last 2 years, all hell has been breaking loose. And I'm trying not to cry on this video too, because I'm not a crybaby. But I have been crying a lot lately because whatever transition God has me going through, or whatever he's doing, has having me cry, baby. Because let me tell you something, baby, I'm tough as nails. I am tough as nails. And baby, just this year, period. I mean, I cried some last year, but I usually, just like me as a woman, the type of woman I am, I usually cry, I would say, like twice a year. Maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. Baby, I have been crying back to back. And I say cry like once a year, twice a year. That's if like I'm not having like something very traumatizing going on in my life, because like with everybody, we've all had like very traumatizing experiences. And like, yeah, this time it's a traumatizing experience, a different experience, unknown experience, where I have been walking in the dark and stuff like that. So I've been crying a lot over the last few months, and I'm gonna try not to cry on this video because I have been thinking, I'm following the Lord's will, which I'm not thinking, I'm knowing. I'm trying to be close to God, trying to be led by God. Mind you, I've left my loved ones and they think I don't give a damn about them no more. I left some friends, they think I don't give a damn about them anymore. And some of those people, now that I had to follow the God's leading, and it did cause distance between us because I'm trying to do the Lord's will. And it's not like, when he take you away from people, like, I have to do what my Father tells me to do. Like, he's the one that's going to be there for me when nobody else is. But my thing is, I'm to obey God before I obey people. And, when you make people mad, or when you distance yourself away from people, they get mad, and my thing is, I've done that too, not understanding anybody's lifestyle or what they had going on, But the way my heart is set up, I don't carry no ill will. You feel me? But people that I have left to follow the Lord, sometimes people think I'm on my horse, this and that, which I don't give a damn about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you ain't got a heaven or a hell to put me in. And I don't have to answer to you. You know what I'm saying? And I've decided to follow God wholeheartedly, right? So, mind you, I've been crying. I'm not a crybaby, and I've been crying. I've been sensitive, stuff like that. And following God, not in the unknown, right? In the unknown, right? For God I live, for God I die, this and that. And that's still how I feel. Don't get it twisted. that's my man. You feel me? But I have been in a very dark space. And it might don't look like it, but I have been in a very dark space to wanting to back out of this thing. You know what I'm saying? I have been catching hell on every side. I'm talking about, since I done moved into another state, I done found out about this. Well, I didn't find out. I've been knowing about witchcraft, but I have actually experienced witchcraft. People doing, I know it was a damn witchcraft on me. Because, baby, my mind and the things that was happening, baby, let me tell you something. I'm not even going to hold it back. But, yeah, I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that. But let me tell y'all something. It's a certain kind of people on this earth. A certain color kind of people on this earth. It's a certain color. And let me tell you something. When they come after your ass, they will try to dismantle every single area of your life. And when I tell you that these people have been trying to destroy my life, when I tell you that these people have been trying to destroy my life in every aspect, my finances, my mind, the roof over my head, my ability to get out. Now that I'm trying to get out, they're trying to sabotage that. And I've been crying out to God because I told him, even though I'm doing this walk, you know what I'm saying, I told him that I have never experienced this kind of evil in my life. Like, I have never, I left my hometown following God, this and that, this. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I left doing what he told me to do. And before, I left, I started seeing these signs of elevation, this and that, this. And when I hear other pastors or other speakers over other people that I look up to or that I would take advice from, they tell me when elevation comes, all hell breaks loose. In every new level, new devil. But let me tell you something, baby. If elevating brings this kind of hell, baby, let me tell you something. The hell I have experienced, I just want to crawl underneath a rock and forget about this whole spiritual thing, and I was telling God, of course, if I did left the spiritual side, I wouldn't just want to join the devil's side. Like, I just wouldn't want to be on anybody's side. I say because this war between evil and light was here before I got here. I was like, it was going on before I got here. I was like, what do you want me to do now? Because Satan and God have been enemies since the thing that happened in the garden. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, this war has been going on before I got here. I'm just going to step out of it. You know what I'm saying? But you can't do that. Because when you accept God and you go by the will of God and you step out of the devil's territory by doing what you want to do, thinking what you want to think, going to your vices and habits to distract you from what's going on, you are automatically on the kingdom side, which you are automatically in a war. And my thing is like, God is like, if you're not going to suffer with me, you're not going to reign with me. That's code for ride or die. Because he said he'll never leave or forsake us. So we need to come back to the Father. And my thing is like, since I like going back to this part, like being in the unknown, being attacked like crazy in every area of my life, I've been attacked. Mind you, I'm not perfect, but I don't go out seeking to destroy anybody. Whether I seek to destroy a person or not, life is going to give them what life hands to everybody. BS. You know what I'm saying? They're going to catch BS either way. No one's exempt from it. So I don't go out and be like, oh, who the hell nerves can I get on today? Who life can I tamper with today? Baby, I have enough on my hands trying to be good. Trying to just not give in to my flesh. And just like I talked to God like a while back. I was like, I know why I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out with God. And it was because when I was going through stuff in life, I still wanted to have my vices to help me cope. Whatever your vice is, it could be fornication, it could be drinking, it could be smoking, it could be popping pills, it could be looking at porn, this and that. So I used to follow God and I used to have my vices. You know what I'm saying? Where I can just dip off, submerge my problems in my vice and do whatever I do. And then I'll come back, be ashamed, and be seeking God's forgiveness. But God, you shouldn't take God's grace for granted. You feel me? And God, I was just telling God last night, like he gives us more grace and mercy than we deserve. I didn't tell him to take it, but I was just like, thank you, Lord, because you give us more grace and mercy than we deserve, because you know what's right and wrong. You know what's right and wrong, and you still doing what's wrong. And if you are, you need to stop. And because it's making your life worse. But my thing is like, you think when you stop doing what's wrong and you start doing what's right, when you start doing what's right, even worse shit is going to happen to you. If you don't know, or if you need confirmation, I'm going to give you confirmation. Okay? When you start doing what's right and trying to get on the good foot, stuff is going to happen worse than when you were just doing you. You know what I'm saying? When you was just a little bit in the kingdom of God. You know, when you just going to church and getting out of church and just doing what you wanted to do. But when I fully stepped in, and I've been telling God, if I knew that I was going to get this, if I knew that I was going to face this. Now, I don't know what calling God have on my life. I don't know what the future is going to bring me. But they say people that go through a lot of hell, like they have a huge anointing. And I know that I'm chosen by God, and I know that I'm anointed, but I don't know what he has in store for me for the future that the devil is trying to attack, and what he is trying to hold me back from. The devil is trying to hold me back from, and what he's trying to attack. All I can say is I pray that I do make it to be the fullness of who God has called me to be, because I don't want to have to went through this hell for nothing. Even though this hell is kind of got me stumbling back, like going through what I'm going through, it kind of got me stumbling back, like not even wanting my promise no more. Like whatever it is, I'm good just being mediocre. Like that's how I've been feeling. Like if this is what it comes with, I'm good with the mediocre life, the normal life. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is like, when I meet God, in judgment in heaven, I don't want him to see that I folded and he was with me the whole time. All I had to do was endure it. But it's easier said than done. I want to let everybody know that, like, it's easier said than done. It's like when God cried in the Garden of Gethsemane when he was about to be crucified. Look at all the stuff he went through to be crucified. Like, well, nobody else gonna do that. Not for the world. Like, even me looking at it, like, I'm grateful to God, but I know I would have been like thrown in the towel. I would call the angels from heaven, taught them to handle up on dudes, and baby, I would have been outie. I wouldn't have been able to finish that. I wouldn't have been able to finish to the end where he hung and he was like, it's finished. I don't know if I could have got there. And I'm grateful to God for his sacrifice. I'm eternally grateful. And my thing is, like, when I think about his sacrifice, I also think about that what I'm going through it's not bad compared to what he went through, you know? Because he received the hatred, the persecution, even the physical wounds, you know what I'm saying? But when you carry your cross, it kind of seems like you're getting all of that when I tell you that this hell that I have been going through, that I have been hyperventilating, I have had huge stress, huge anxiety, to where I know God has been keeping me, because I thought I was literally going to have a heart attack here in my own house. The type of restrictions and the type of obstacles that the enemy is putting in my way before I get to my destiny is very overwhelming, and it's very intimidating. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I'm a strong girl, but I cannot do nothing without Christ. You know what I'm saying? I've overcome a lot of things, like the battle with my disability of me being, I used to be bedridden where I couldn't walk or feed myself for 3 years. And I'm still healing from that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's an autoimmune condition. But my thing is, like, I'm a strong girl. I'm very strong. You know, I got tough skin. But you're gonna have some Goliaths, some giants, some things that you feel like is unkillable. But let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you something. How I ended up getting on this video today. And like I said, I hope this video helps somebody. How I ended up getting on this video today is because I've worried and I have stressed till I know, to the point that I know God has been keeping me, because I've been having sharp pains in my chest. I know that something should have happened to me already. I know it's by the grace of God that I have not had a heart attack. I know it's by the grace of God. And I'm making this video, I just wanted to vent, and I hope it helps somebody. But how I got on here to make this video today is because I've been mad at God. I ain't gonna lie, I've been mad at God about everything that's been going on too, because I understand what all of this is for and why it has lasted for so long, you feel me? So I ain't been talking to God, you know what I'm saying? But I still ain't been, I ain't went all the way to back to my old ways, you feel me? Because I fear him too, you know what I'm saying? I fear God, you feel me? So I've been going through enough anxiety and enough stress to where it hasn't helped anything, you know what I'm saying? And then while I've been going through and stressing and having anxiety, God has still been showing up for me. In the midst of what people have been trying to do to destroy my life. Let me say it again for the people in the motherfucking back. Yeah, I said. Just in case my enemy's watching. You know what I'm saying? Because what goes around comes around. So I ain't worried about what the hell they doing. You know what I'm saying? What goes around comes around. What a man soweth, that so he shall reap. So baby, it's going to come back time of honey. And I wouldn't play with God if I was you feel me? But they did. They played with God. I didn't retaliate. You know what I'm saying? Vengeance is God's. I'm going to let him have his, because he hit way harder than I do, boo-boo. And I hope I see it. But he might not let me see it because all the stuff, he might not let me see it because it probably will. I'm not going to lie. It will bring joy to my heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably not going to laugh, but I'm going to be pretty satisfied to see, what he does. So if he needs to do what he has to do without me seeing it, cool. But I know that God is the God of justice, and I know that they're not going to get away with what they tried to do to me. You know what I'm saying? Because God said, if anybody causes any of my little ones to stumble, that means if you get in my way, it's like these people that's making content. If you get in somebody's mind and you making bad content, or you talking about something that's not right and it's not under the leadership of God, and you leading people down the wrong path, if you cause any of his little ones to stumble, God said it would be better that you would have something heavy around your neck and be thrown into the depths of the sea. He said it'd be better if that would happen to you than when he get a hold to you. So, baby, I ain't worried about my enemies, because they tried to cause me to stumble, and I'm one of his little ones. Oh, I know that for sure. I'm one of his little ones. So let me tell you something. I forgot where I was at. But the stuff, I was kind of, I was mad at God. Like, why is this going on, and why is this going on for so long? And I haven't tried to retaliate, and I haven't tried to do vengeance to them. Vengeance is God's. So I've been stressing and worrying and having like huge anxiety, right? So I know I was supposed to be having a heart attack and being out of here. Like, the devil, I feel like if the devil couldn't get me to go back to my old ways, that he was going to put me in despair and stress me out so much to make me want to just curse God and give up, or to make me, and thank God I haven't done that, but or cause me to have a heart attack or a stroke here in my own house, and like just get me out of here altogether. You feel me? So I had been mad at God, and I was stressing and worrying. And I'm not gonna lie, I still kind of do. But over the last 2 days, I came to myself, because I'm always trying to make it happen. I'm always trying to make it happen. And I know we're in a very critical time in the world right now. And, like, I'm a very ambitious girl, and especially with the times that's going on in the world, I feel like I really need to be on my grind. I don't know why God has set me down, but he wants me to be set down. Like, my purpose is to inspire people and to be doing these videos. So I came to myself over the last 2 days, and I'm just like, Sharita, excuse me, y'all. Sharita, you know that you cannot do nothing without God. Like, I'm not just saying this is cliche. I've lived this. Some of the things that I have tried to do, or the things that I have been through that I have made it out of, I could not have did it without God. So this is ingrained in me from experience. You know what I'm saying? So I came to myself, and I was just like, Sharita, whether you mad at him or not, you can't make it without him. And I love God. I told him I will always love him, just with the stuff that he's came through for me from in the past. Like, and then it was some times in the past I was like, maybe I need to stop asking God, just for stuff, because he's gonna take care of me regardless. But I need to just start doing what he has told me to do. Like they said, stop seeking God's hand and start being obedient. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me to get on these videos to inspire people. So, like I said in one of my past videos, like, I didn't want to be seen if I wasn't straight. Like, I didn't want to, even though I'm a very helpful person, I didn't want to be doing videos if I feel like I'm not straight mentally, you know what I'm saying, or spiritually, you feel me? But he wanted me to do it anyway, and I wasn't really feeling it. But over the last couple of days, the stressing and worrying, mind you, is at an all-time high. I'm trying to get away from this place where he has brought me, where all this hell is and stuff like that he done walked me into. And yea, though I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, I would fear no evil. But mind you, he let all this stuff happen to me. And I can't really get into detail. I won't get up into detail. But I went into detail. But trust me, that's not the hell that has broke loose, baby. That ain't the half if I went into detail about how these people have tried to destroy my life and everything of the details that I have went through to even try to survive this season of my life. Like, like I said, if this is what it takes to be successful, I don't want it. you know, I didn't want it. But like my faith over the last 2 days, let's start there. I came to myself, mad at God, going through stress and anxiety. I came to myself and I was like, Shriti, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it without God. Like, you can be mad at God and stressed and have anxiety all you want. You're not gonna make it without him. And it's just like, that's the God honest truth. Like, he is the way, the truth, and the life. Like, I know this wholeheartedly. Like, I'm not gonna make it without him. If I'm gonna talk to anybody on any platform, I have to start with me first, right? And I'm like, sure, you're not gonna make it. So I humbled myself. And I started by telling God that he's still my God and that I love him and that I'm just ready to do his will, because I could be going through all this hell because I'm not doing his will, which I'm supposed to be on here doing these videos, you know what I'm saying? And there could be a reason why I'm going through all this hell is because I'm not being obedient, because I really don't want to be on the platform, but he's called me to be on the platform, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I didn't want to get on the platform with all this stuff, you know, I got going on, you know, off the camera. You feel me? So I was just like, God, I love you. You still my God. And I had to start, of course, with forgiveness. I have to forgive those that are coming up against me. And I asked God to help me. And I really feel like I have forgiven them. I've forgiven them, but it's just like, of course, like they not finna get certain access to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know their heart. But in order for God to forgive us, we have to forgive no matter what people have done to us. Because we don't deserve, you know, to be saved at all. We really don't. We don't deserve the air we're breathing right now. And when I tell you, even with the people coming up against me, that God has stripped me of everything. He stripped me of everything. The woman that I was and the things that I had, I've been stripped of a lot of materialistic things that I felt like made me me. You know what I'm saying? And I was laughing in the kitchen last night because I was like, I'm just like Paul now. I know how to have joy, whether abase or abounding. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm in abundance or in lack, I have learned to have joy. And my thing is, it's like, he was like, I've learned to be content. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, when he stripped me of things, and when you're following God, and what you created wasn't his way, you will be stripped. And when you are stripped, a lot of people will walk away from God if they don't have certain things. So you have to get your heart and your mind right if that happens to you, or if that's going to be a part of your calling. You feel me? Because God probably wants to see if I'm still going to choose him, whether or not I had my things or not. And I almost did, because it really got so bad. I was like, God, really? You know? But with my enemies, you know, I came to God and I repented for being mad at him, and I've chosen to forgive my enemies. And mind you, while I've been going through all this stuff, God has still been coming through for me. Like, different things has just been, it's been going through. Different things that they've been trying to stop has still been going through. But the thing is, like, I'm living in between a rock and a hard place. I'm living on edge. You know what I'm saying? As he's doing things, making miracles, and, you know, doing his works, it's at the last minute where I'm about to lose my mind, and then it happens. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really just tired of getting to that point until he comes through. Now, I don't know what he's trying to do. But like I said on one of my other videos, some years ago, I asked God to have the faith of Abraham, the father of faith. And baby, if that prayer is why this stuff is happening, to build my faith and to show me that God will make a way out of no way, baby. That's why I stopped praying, because I'm like, every time I pray, you want to answer the way you want to answer, through a hardship. Baby, ain't nobody trying to go through no hardship to be in this kingdom. You know, I know you don't come through. I had enough traumatization. And that's when I said, you know what, you have never truly arrived. But anyway, God has still been coming through for me regardless of what these people are doing. And I nearly walked away from the faith. And I want to tell you, y'all, don't walk away from the faith, y'all. Because it says in the word that in the end times, many will turn away from the faith. And I believe that many are going to turn away from the faith because we're already living in lack. Get comfortable with living in lack. If that's a part of the walk, if that's one of the sacrifices, I'm going to tell y'all from my experience, like, don't turn away from God because you lose stuff. Because you're going to go crazy with losing stuff and fighting to keep your mind. But you can't do it alone. You have to ask God to help you. But if you lose things and money, and sometimes you're just scraping by, don't walk away from God. I'm telling you now, don't do it. You're not going to be able to make it. Even the little that you have, that you think you barely getting by on, it's still because of God's grace. It's still because of God's grace. So I don't know what God is going to do with me moving forward. My life is not my own. My life is not my own. And I don't know what he's going to do moving forward. I just know I started where I can start, because I am so small and I'm only a sheep in his sight, and sheep are very dumb and they need to be led and they need a shepherd, and I need a shepherd, and I love my shepherd. And I'm a place where I'm forced to trust my shepherd even more. And he's not a bad person to trust. I know that. I know he's not bad. He's good. I just don't know what good is going to come out of this yet. But it is. And I bless God today because I haven't came out of this storm, but my spirit has been lifted. I have joy. These last 2 days, I've been having joy, and the anxiety and the stress have subsided. And I've been getting up doing stuff. And I was like just laying down and barely doing stuff each and every day. But now it's like I'm walking around getting things done. And I know it's not me. It's not me that just got up and started doing stuff. You know? And it's like, of course, I'm a very ambitious girl. Like, I was tired of being down and out, but I couldn't get myself out of the freaking funk. I could not get out of the fucking funk at all. And I was like in despair. And I humbled myself. And even though I was mad at God and I'm ready to get out, I humbled myself. And when I told myself that I couldn't do nothing without God, and I humbled myself and I came to myself and I'm like, you can't do nothing without God. You're not going to make it without him. And I forgave my enemies. I don't know what's going to go. I still don't know what's going to happen. Okay. But I'm feeling like myself. And just to have that, a roof over my head, food to eat, just to have the spirit of joy, contentment, peace. I know it's from him because you know what? People, and I wouldn't want you to do this, but people commit suicide. People just go off the deep end. And I was there, you know, and I was coming in and out of that in the darkness in my mind, you know. And I really don't have the heart to do it, but things can get so dark to where you would just want to do it, you know. And I'm thankful for his presence and for his spirit, because as angry at him that I was, and how I was telling him, I was transparent with him through the whole thing. I'm like, I want to turn away. I don't want to do this no more. You know, it's too hard for me, you know? And I'm glad to experience the relief of whatever he has done with his power to get me out of that feeling. So surrender, trust, love, believe again, y'all. And while y'all going through this stress, don't allow takers in your life that is taking more from you than what you have, because they're not of God, and they're going to make your journey even more harder. Trust, believe, love, have peace, and ask for his comfort, ask for his relief. Because people have a form of godliness but are denying the power thereof. And that's in his word. I mean, you can have a form of godliness but denying the power that God has to redeem you, to restore you. You know what I'm saying? To bring you out. So now I believe, like, I'm going through all of this, but I believe that the devil is not going to win. I believe that. And I might be in this storm, but when I go out to fight every day, I'm kind of going to have a smile on my face, because I feel like I already got the victory. It already started on the inside, baby. It ain't got nowhere to go but come from the inside out. So if God has already won the battle in my spirit and in my mind, and I'm not saying that I won't have another bad day or another circumstance, but this battle that I'm going through right now, I feel that it has been won. And I feel like I have the victory, whether I see it right now or not. So y'all be blessed and continue in God, continue in faith. See you next time. Bye.